In our most recent video of Lesson 6, Turner's L6 character and paragraph styles, I reviewed everything we've done with Lesson 6 so far, quickly, and we added character and paragraph styles. Now we're going to get to warping text, which I summarized what that is in the previous video, but a freeze stopped me from going into it. So somehow it fixed with a little bit of patience, and here we are again. So they want us to go to View, Fit Artboard in Window, so that we can see everything. They want us to zoom on Safari Zoo. And so they tell us to select the zoom tool and click several times. I like to just select Safari Zoo in Command Plus. I think we may be done with character styles, so let's just go ahead and delete that. And I can open these back up if I want, so I'm going to close that too. Okay, with the type tool selected, select the word zoo. Change the font size to 66. Okay. With the type tool, oh, we already did that. Adjust the type object size just large enough to show all of the text within the selection tool. So I believe that means, oh, it said if the word zoo doesn't fit. So notice when I clicked off, the word zoo doesn't fit. So now I'm just trying to stretch the box till zoo fits, but zoo should fit. There we go. That's quite a bit of leading there, spacing between the lines of text. I bet you we're going to fix that. With the type tool, select the word zoo again. Click the word character in the control panel. Change the leading value to 50. Told you. Leading, that's the space between lines of text. But you can look at these icons, and here's the leading. We're changing it to 52. That's better. That brings it closer. Select the selection tool and make sure the text object is selected. Okay, so selection tool, it's selected. Click Make Envelope button in the control panel. Yeah, this is where I got lost in another class period. I don't see a Make Envelope button. I had to look around and around. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Make Envelope. It'd be nice if they showed us the icon. It's kind of grittish. So we're clicking that. And then the Warp Options dialog box comes up. We need to select Preview so we can see how it warps. That doesn't look pretty. It appears as an arc. They want us to choose Arc Upper. That's better. They want us to drag the bend slider to the right to see it bend further. Okay. They say we can experiment with combinations. Drag the horizontal and vertical. Ew. I don't like that. I actually like that. When we're finished experimenting, drag the distortion slider to 0. Both of them. So I'm just going to type 0. 0. Make sure the bend is 20. 20. Oops, 0. And then it said click OK, but as you can see, I clicked return and got to the same spot. Drag the envelope object or warped text into the approximate center of the black sign shape. And then save changes. Okay. While it's saving, if you want to make any changes, you can edit the text and shape that make up the envelope warp separately. Next, we'll need to edit the text and then the warp shape. Oh my gosh. I knew I shouldn't have saved. This thing doesn't want to save. Okay, so it says with the envelope object selected, click the Edit Contents button in the control panel. Don't do this to me. Can I pause? Come on, Illustrator. Finally. Just press OK. Okay. So we selected this. We want to select Edit Contents. I'm just looking at these buttons, because last time they didn't tell me. Here's Envelope Warp, Edit Envelope. Here's Edit Contents. This is how you edit the text in a warped shape. So once you've warped the shape, it may be hard to edit the text, but apparently if you click Edit Contents, you can edit the text. Make sure the Smart Guides are on, so View Smart Guides is on. Okay. Using the Type tool, position the pointer over the warped text. Notice another copy of text appears in blue. Smart Guides show you the original unwarped text in blue. Click the word Safari. It's kind of hard to click in this condition. That looks like zoo to me. Do you guys see? Ah, there we go, Safari. And then click twice to select the word Safari. Oh, I clicked and dragged. Maybe that would have helped. Okay. Type animal and then press Shift Enter or Shift Return to add a soft return. So Shift Return. Okay. To break the word zoo to the next line. Notice the text automatically warps in the envelope shape. You can also edit the preset shape, which is what you'll do next. Select the selection tool. See, theirs shows animal zoo, mine shows animals, so I think I want to undo. And I'm going to, so get yours to show animal zoo. Maybe they didn't have an enter there and I did. But select the selection tool. Make sure the envelope object is still selected, it is. Click the Edit Envelope button in the control panel, that'd be this one. Notice the options for the envelope wrap object in the control panel. All these. You can choose another warp shape from the style menu and then change the warp options right here. Like horizontal, vertical, bend. These are the same options you saw in the warp options box when you first created an envelope warp. Change the bend to 28%. Make sure the H horizontal distortion is 0 right here. Vertical distortion is 0. Okay. And suddenly they want us to turn off Smart Guides. Then they want us to select the selection tool again, but we never unselected it. So here's the selection tool. They want us to shift and drag the lower right corner bounding point away from the center to make the object a little bit bigger. So lower right. And they said shift drag. So shift drag. Okay, that's bigger. Make sure the text stays within the black shape. See the next figure for placement help. Shift click the black sign shape to select both objects. Okay, so we're shift and click this as well. And then release the shift key. Click the black sign shape once more to make it the key object. Okay, so I'm clicking the black sign and that says, this is the key object. It's what I'm going to follow. Click the horizontal align center button. So I'm looking at the align over here. Here it is. And then click the vertical align center button. So vertical align center. Here it is. To align the warped text to the black shape. That should get it centered. Okay, looks pretty good, pretty good. Interesting. One thing I notice is they have all caps on Animal Zoo. I think that may make it look better. I don't. So if you don't, let's fix that. I think at different points. Oh, to fix that though, I think we got to go to envelope warp this time, since we've already warped our shape. And go to character and double T. That did it to zoo, but not to animals. So I need to go up to animal. I'm just using the cursor on my keyboard to go up to the next line. Character, double T. There we go. Now it's all caps. Okay, next we're going to be working with type on a path. I recommend save because we're at a new stage. Okay. So you can make text flow along the edge of an open or closed path, and it can lead to some really creative ways to display the text. So we want to fit our artboard in the window. With the selection tool, we're going to select the black curved path. It says on top of the brown monkey tail. I don't see the brown monkey tail. Still don't see the brown monkey tail. Oh, it's invisible right here. There it is. I turned on tails. Okay. When creating a new type object, this resets the formatting to default. If you click the path first, I guess. With the type tool, position the pointer in the middle of the path to see an insertion point. So you'll see that it has a wavy line over the insertion point. The text starts where you click the path. Also, the stroke attributes of the path change to none, and an insertion point appears. Okay, so they want us to choose window type paragraph styles. And they want us to option click new paragraph style. Okay. Type the text bedtime stories with your wildest friends. Note that the new text follows the path. Okay. Bedtime. I'm not liking that it's all caps. As with the type tool, click 3 times on the text. Select the eyedropper tool in the Tools panel and click the text that begins Thursdays at right here. Ah, that's better. A letter T appears above the eyedropper and it copies, as we saw. Click the word character in the control panel. Change the vertical scale to 100%. So it's at 120, 100. Okay. Click the align left in the control panel right here. Okay. Next, you'll reposition the text on the path so all the text appears. Select the selection tool and position the pointer over the line on the left edge of the text, just to the left of the B. Okay. Click and drag all the way to the left end of the page. Oops. That wants to create over. Oh, I have the text tool. Let's get the. It said selection tool. Okay, so I need the selection tool. I do not want overflow text. No. You know what? I feel like the direct selection would work better, but that's not working either. Ooh, this can be frustrating. I'm going to zoom into area. I should be able to select this and drag it, not overflow it, but drag it. There we go, finally. Okay. It bothers me that their text looks so much better than mine. I think my text format is different than theirs. Anyway, That's how you get text on a path, and that's how you can move it on the path. Okay. Now we're going to create type on a closed path. So they want us to select the zoom tool in the zooms panel and zoom in on the yellow paw print. So I'm going to do it my way. I'm zooming out, clicking the yellow paw print, Command plus to zoom in. Okay. With the selection tool, shift click the threaded type object in the yellow paw. I don't see any threaded type object. Okay. So selection tool, shift click the threaded type object and the yellow paw print. Select both and choose object hide selection. Okay, well, I'm just going to click this and object hide selection because I don't know where that, unless it's talking about this. I'll do that. Shift click, object hide selection, just so it's not in my way. Okay. Now they're hiding. Select the type tool and position the pointer over the edge of the white circle. I'm trying to, but I don't see anything. Oops, that's in the white circle. This indicates if you click, oh, it says the type pointer changes to a type pointer with the circle. Oh, yes, it does. This indicates that if you click, text will be placed inside the circle, creating a type object in the shape of a circle. That's nice to know. But they want us to, while pressing Option, position the pointer over the left side of the circle. So like over here, press Option, and that changes it to a swervy. Click and type zoo circle. Zoo circle. The text flows on a circular path. Click 3 times to select the text. With the text still selected in the control panel, change the font to 16. Font style to bold. Style. That's semi-bold. Guess I got to change the font to something else that has bold. That doesn't have bold. That doesn't have bold. Let's go to Adobe Garamond. That seems to have everything. Bold. Okay. It said the font family should already be Adobe Garamond Pro. Change the fill color to gold. Next, we'll adjust the position of the text. Select the selection tool in the Tools panel. Position the pointer over the line on the left end of the text, to the left of the word zoo. Sounds like right here. That line is called a bracket, that arrow with the line. When you see a pointer with an arrow pointing to the right, drag up in the circle, clockwise fashion. Like that. When you create type on a path, you can set options to change the appearance of the text, including effects, alignment, and spacing. Next, you'll edit the type on a path options for the text on the circle. With the type path object selected with the selection tool, I think we got that. Choose type on a path options, type on a path options. Select preview and change the following options. Choose skew. Then choose rainbow. Oh, I didn't have it previewed. Okay, now let's try. Skew, ew. Rainbow, better. Align the path to ascender. Spacing, -18. Let's see if I got that on the drop down. Yes, I do. Click OK. So now it went below the path instead of above the path. With the selection tool, position the pointer over the line on the left end of the text, drag down around the circle in a counterclockwise fashion. So I'm just going to, like that, to reposition. Okay, and then here's a good point to save. What we have left is wrapping text around an object. In Illustrator, you can easily wrap text around objects like type objects, imported images, and vector artwork to avoid text running over objects or to create interesting design effects. With the selection tool selected, click directly on the zoo circle, text to select it. I already got that. Okay. Choose Object, Text Wrap, Make. Object, Text Wrap, Make. Click OK if a dialog box appears. The text in the column wraps around the text on the path. If you moved the object with the text wrap applied, the text responds and wraps differently. Well, let's see. Okay. Choose Object, Text Wrap, Text Wrap Options. Change the offset to 13. Select the preview to see what that does. Just makes the new text wrap different. Okay. With the selection tools, click OK. With the selection tool selected, drag the bottom middle point of the threaded text box down to make sure that the text for supporting this program is showing last. They never told us to type that. And I don't see it in their picture. Fine. I'm just gonna come around here, option click. Okay, let's select this. Yes, it's selected. Whoops, there it is. I'm trying to option click, but I'm not seeing an option to option click. Well, I don't know what they mean by that, so I'm going to skip that part. Creating text outlines. Let's fit artboard in window. Okay. With the selection tool selected, drag the bottom middle point of the threaded text box down to make sure that the text, okay, no, we already read that. Converting text to outlines means converting text into vector shapes that you can edit and manipulate as you would any other graphic object. Text outlines are useful for changing the look of large display type, but rarely useful for body text or other type at small sizes. The file recipient doesn't need to have your fonts installed to open and view the file correctly. When you create outlines from text, you should consider that text is no longer editable. Also, bitmap fonts and outline protected fonts can not be converted to outlines, and outlining text that is less than 10 points is not recommended. When type's converted to outlines, the type loses its hints, instructions built into outline fonts to adjust their shape. You also need to convert the type into a selection to outlines. You cannot convert a single letter within a type object. Okay. With the selection tool selected, select the heading Zoo Tales at the top of the artboard. Choose Type. Create outlines. Drag it into the position you see in the figure if it's not already there. It is there. The text is no longer linked to a particular font. Instead, it's now artwork. With the selection tool, drag the text Thursdays at 6:30 to the bottom of the artboard position, like the following figure, okay? I can see why the old lady never finished her tutorial. I'm trying to make this to where it'll stretch because I think it's small. It's not cute. Hers looks different than mine. Hers looks italicized and Garamond. That's better. We have stuff hidden. Basically, it tells us to go to view, guides, hide guides, and then we're done. That's it. That's the end of this long tutorial so I just want to show the stuff I hid. So I'm looking for that view, show all on artboard or something like that, I think is what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to view show. Show. I can show hidden characters, type show hidden characters. I'm just going to select right here. Okay. We've done this with a robot exercise before. I just forget sometimes where things are hiding. Show all, I guess. There it is. It's there. So here is our conclusion. And I really want this font, this right here, to look bigger. So I'm gonna get this and Adobe Garamond it up. And I'm gonna increase the size because I think it looks better if it wraps around the tail. Oh, I've lost a word. Okay. That's better. So that's what you need to do. And really, it was a long way of showing you all that you can do with type. You probably aren't going to remember, but if you remember somewhat what it is called and what you can do with it, then you know that it's possible. So I hope you've appreciated somewhat this guide to typography. And we are finished. So file save as. Make sure the name is correct. Make sure it's going into your documents folder. You are going to attach this in Google Class to the 20E L6 assignment.